Good morning, eighth graders. Happy Thursday. I am in the final steps of getting the classroom ready for us all to be together, and I need your help. I need your help in figuring out who is going to sit where. And that is a huge part of today's email, giving you a chance to write to me. Make sure you follow appropriate steps, include the appropriate information, but also to give me some suggestions on where you would like to sit. This is also a great opportunity to voice any concerns or questions you may have. So before we get to the writing of the email, let's make sure we recognize what not to do. I collected this list, created this list from a variety of notes I've taken over the last so many weeks. And these are some errors I've seen, not just in one or two student emails, but in many. And yes, I'll even admit, even in some adult emails, even from friends. So here's what I want to make sure we don't do. Please don't skip a subject line. That subject line comes before your message, before the body of the email, and it's anywhere between 2 and 5 words, more or less summarizing what the message is about. I've also had some people write an entire message in the subject line. Save the message for the actual body of the message. Don't forget to skip a greeting. It might just be good morning, hello, good afternoon. Also, please don't make any demands. I need, I want, give to me. You want to be kind. Don't forget to identify the reason for your email. You also want to avoid using any all caps or abbreviations. Just like you don't want to skip a greeting, you don't want to skip a closing at the end. It could be something as simple as thank you or have a great day. And of course, don't forget to include your name at the end. Last but not least, just like you would with a formal piece of writing, don't forget to read your writing aloud. Check for those errors in spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. Now, if we know what not to do, let's make sure we understand what to do. Well, as we talked about, you want to make sure you have a subject line. Don't forget your greeting. In the body of the email, this is where you really identify the purpose for what you're writing. When you're finished with that message, with the body of your email, don't forget to close with a thank you or have a great day, and of course, your name. General tips, you want to make sure you use proper capitalization and punctuation. Always use proper grammar. And of course, we're avoiding abbreviations. So today's assignment is to write me that email. Again, giving you a chance to share seating suggestions, but also address possible questions, concerns. This will give you great hands-on practice with the art of writing a thoughtful, well-organized email. It will give you an opportunity just to get into that habit of checking your work before clicking send. And like mentioned, give you a chance to help me with the seating charts. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our school, or should I say class website. Again, this is a great opportunity for you to get back into that habit of using the class website as needed. I gave you direct access to Seeking Out My Teacher here, and to get to your email, all you need to do is click on that button. It will directly link you to your email. As you can see up here, I actually have mine bookmarked. But for those of you who don't, this is just another great way to have that easy access to Outlook. Once you're in, obviously you'll want to, and maybe even while waiting, you'll want to consider what are some suggestions that you want to give Mrs. Robinette? What are some thoughts that you want to consider or have her consider about where in the classroom you want to sit? We will no longer have the 30 plus seats. Instead, we'll probably be down to 16, since that is my largest class. So we're going to start by clicking New Message. And when that pops up, obviously, we're going to want to make sure it gets sent to Mrs. Robinette. Once you start typing in my name, it should automatically pop up. And it's just taking a minute to load here. I know for me, if I were in fact in 8th grade, thinking back to what I was like in 8th grade, there are certain people who I love to sit next to. Amy Goad being one of them, my best friend then, close friend now. But whenever we sat next to each other, I definitely used to get in trouble. Even now, thinking back, I could be easily distracted. So for me, I would probably take those suggestions and think about how I really need to be successful in the classroom, and to do so where I need to be seated. So we're going to go ahead and just type in Lori. My name should pop up. But again, if not, Lori Robinette. There I am. And I'm going to label this for my subject question and suggestion. My greeting must come next. I'm going to use good morning. I'm going to include my teacher's name. And of course, let's not forget the purpose of the email. I am writing to you today to share some information that will help me before going back to school. And it might be another way of introducing the message. I'm going to jump to my suggestion. I would like to suggest that I sit near the front of the classroom and near you, the teacher, to avoid, and again, as I mentioned, if I am near people to whom I'm going to talk, or if I'm in an area that is full of distractions, like let's say the classroom door, I'm most likely not going to focus. For some of you, it might be you want to sit alone. For others, it might be you need to be facing the screen to avoid being distracted. I would also like to ask for clarification on, I know some of you have really been wondering, what are you going to be doing when you're not at school next week? So I would like to ask for clarification on what I will be doing when I am not at school next week. Thank you for your time. This is my closing, and I already have my name in there. So before I click that send button, I am going to take a few minutes to check my work. So I have, first of all, I know to whom I'm sending. I have my subject line, although technically these are switched. So I'm going to put suggestion and question, put them in the order that they come in my message. I have my greeting. I have the purpose for my email. I've actually included my suggestion and my question, and I have my closing. Reading it aloud. Good morning, Mrs. Robinette. I am writing to you today to share some information that will help me before going back to school. I would like to suggest that I sit near the front of the classroom and near you, the teacher, to avoid being distracted. I would also like to ask for clarification on what I will be doing when I'm not at school next week. Thank you for your time. Okay, I've read it. I don't see any errors in capitalization, punctuation, or spelling. I have all that I need. I'm going to click send. This is your homework for the evening. Go back to the big screen to clarify what is expected of you today. I look forward to seeing you next week, and thank you for your input on creating seating charts. Have an awesome day. I will miss having the opportunity to have a Google Meet with you, but I know you'll do great. Take care.